I'm so glad you guys are here. Jen did an amazing job last week, obviously. I watched it while I was on vacation and I got emotional, obviously, with my post. I was like, I don't know, everything was on point. You just did an amazing job and just to tell you speaking from the heart. And I don't know, it was just completely on point. So thank you for doing that. Really, really appreciate it. And we're going to try to continue to not just me doing the hosting part, but having everybody share kind of, we'll just pick a featured speaker, and I'm going to try to pull other other Beachbody coaches from other teams as well to just do these calls so that we get, more ideas from outside of our organization. But tonight I wanted to focus on following up because I think we're all learning that it takes more than once and twice, 3 times, more times than not. It's not going to be the first exposure that you talk to someone about Shakeology, program, challenge pack, coaching, whatever. I actually printed out something that was unfortunate to follow up and had some crazy statistics, but I'm going to kind of go through what this author, who, bless his heart, I'm not even giving him credit, I don't even know who it is, but it's still great information. So basically what it's saying is the biggest mistake we make, okay, first of all, technically, yeah, we're not salespeople. We don't call ourselves salespeople, but within this call, we're going to be salespeople because, at the end of the day, a transaction is made if you are selling a product per se. Yes, we're coaches, we inspire, motivate, and that sort of thing, but also we do help people get set up with products, and there is a transaction being made for that. So with this call, we're salespeople. So what this article said was the biggest mistake we make in sales and marketing is that, number one, sales don't just happen instantly. You don't say, I love Shakeology, here's my link, and there are people who are going to go, bam, 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 sign up. It doesn't happen. So what we have to do as coaches, and it's imperative to build relationships, and it's over time. So what this article is saying, that people go out and buy national brands because they're bombarded with advertising. I'm not saying go out and bombard people with advertising, spamming, we don't do that. But people go to national brands because they know the brand and they're exposed to it over and over again. So don't be surprised, this article is saying, if you don't get someone to buy from you the first time you talk to them. So sometimes people want to do more research on Shakeology. We know that. And that's okay. So this is where the follow-up comes in play. So for instance, say that you have somebody interested in your challenge group and they're saying, right now, I need to think about it. So a good way to set up the appointment for you to go back to them is to say, okay, awesome. I know you're not, ready to make a decision right now. When's a good time for me to follow up with you? When's a good time for you to make, when you think you'll have a better idea whether or not you want to do this? And they're going to tell you either whatever time or whatever day or, or, hey, I'll get back to you when I'm ready. And that's fine too. You can kind of document that. But these statistics right here basically say that 48% of people never follow up with a prospect. 25% make a second stop or a second, what I'm trying to say, follow up, okay? 12% do it 3 times. And only 10% of people follow up with somebody more than 3 times. And then on the other end of the spectrum, 3% of sales are made on the second contact. Only 3%. So that's huge. 5% are made on the third contact. 10% of sales are made on the fourth contact. And 80% of the sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. How many follow-ups is that? There's a lot of follow-up. And that doesn't mean each time you follow up with somebody, so did you decide you're going to buy? Did you decide you're going to buy? Did you decide you're going to join my challenge group? You know, it's kind of just going in and saying, hey girl, you know, how are you? And usually the conversation is going to lead into your last conversation. But it's not following up each time. Did you make a decision? You know, did you read my email? Did you, you know, we all know that. I'm not throwing anything out there that you don't already know. But the point of that is that I know I'm guilty of it. I'm sure we're all guilty of it. After 3 or 4 times, if somebody's just like, you give up and you just say, okay, well, that person's not going to ever be interested. And, you know, I think we've always all found too that if we don't follow up and somebody else decides to come along and introduce again, same product and same coaching service, they've been exposed to it already 3 or 4 times from you. And now somebody else comes in and introduces the same thing. And they're like, now I'm ready, but I'm going to do it with you because you're the person who's doing it with me now. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's happened a good bit recently, and it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I continue to just follow up with this person? And even if they're, you know, not buying the product or, you know, Shakeology or whatever, just checking in and see how they're doing with their workouts. Even if they're not doing anything Beachbody related, if they're just, you know, going to the gym or eating clean or whatever, just a simple hello, how are you? I could consider that as a follow-up, just showing that you're caring about their situation. So obviously they have some sort of situation they want to change, or they wouldn't have come to you in the first place. So let's see, what else does this article say? And I can actually post it in the group, but I thought it was very interesting that a majority of people actually deciding to make a commitment is the 5th to 12th follow-up. That's a lot of follow-ups. And it's easy to give up within the first few. So as hard as it is on our end to say, God, I feel like I'm bothering them, you know, here I go sending them a message again. Just kind of look at it as it's showing that you care about their situation. It's showing that you're not just giving up on them because they haven't bought anything. It's just continuing to show your interest and that you care, and just a simple hello. And that went a lot faster than I thought. It's only 10 minutes. But you get the gist. I mean, and even like if you need to write, and everybody has a different system, just write down who you talked with every day. And like, just put a note, okay, I talked to them on this day. I'm going to follow up 2 days from now. Just to say, hey, you know, I know we had talked about the challenge. Are you still interested? It also says here, what did it say? Basically, don't give up on the person until they blatantly say, I'm not interested at all. Like, I'm not even, I want to like gain 100 pounds and I don't care about my health anymore. You know, like it's got to be blatant. Like, I don't want anything to do with you or Beachbody or anything. So, and then you can also even say, well, would you be interested at a later date? Like, so that's still giving one more chance for the person to say that they may be interested. But, ooh, toot toot. That noise. Anyway, let's see if there's anything else on this. Just building rapport with people. Even when you're typing and talking with somebody and you're following up, even smiling when you're typing. I know that sounds kind of crazy. I know when I used to be in customer service with my corporate job, they would say, even when you're on the phone with somebody, smile, because they can sense it on the other end. They can sense your smile. Same with typing. You know, if you're in a good mood versus if you're in a crappy mood, do you want Shakeology or Shakeology? You know, like there's a different, different tone, Jeanette. To your typing, there's a different tone to your voice, or, you know, if you're talking on the phone with someone, because a lot of times people do want to talk on the phone these days. It's not necessarily always a Facebook message. I'm finding that a lot lately. And again, too, if you're like going back and forth with somebody over a message and it's taking a year for them to decide, say, hey, do you have like 3 minutes to talk on the phone? It's going to be a lot quicker. Let's get it out in the open. What are you thinking? What can I do to help you make a decision? Instead of one sentence, send 2 weeks later another response. And I learned that at Super Saturday. Jen, I don't know if you remember that. But it does speed things up. It gets it, the people hear your voice, they hear your excitement. Also, I've been using the Facebook, believe it or not, I know how to use the voice to text on Facebook. So, so if you ever want to send, what's Shelby?
Shelby's saying, it's earth-shattering, it's earth-shattering.
It is earth-shattering. So if, I was doing that over the past couple of weeks, I was like, oh, instead of just typing, they actually hear what I'm saying and the excitement in my voice versus just typing blah, 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 So that's another way to follow up. So if you're not getting a message across, just typing, maybe just send a voice text and say, hey, this is so much easier for me. Maybe you can understand my excitement a little bit more talking. But let me think. I don't know. I guess just the exposures over and over again, following up with people, it's just so huge. I know I've talked to some people literally for a year and a half before they decided to do Shakeology, and then they fell in love with it. Why didn't I do that before? Even this past week, somebody who I've talked to, gosh, probably for 6 months, and she messaged me, and she's like, I've finally got Shakeology. I got it from a friend that lives nearby. She gave me her bag, and I was like, yay! But that's okay. She loves it. I'm like, that's awesome. I'm glad you love it. And she's like, I wish I would have started it before now. I'm like, me too. But, when you're ready for your next shipment or your next order, come to me and I'll get you hooked up. But from now on, from you're using what somebody else gave you, and that's awesome. You love it now. She's going to probably be an advocate and probably a coach because she's telling everybody about it. So, point is, just, follow up. Okay, so I've talked the entire time. So you guys, let's talk. Let's see what you have to say.
How do I talk on this? Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Can you see me?
Yes. You're beautiful.
But how do I see everybody? Because now, I only see 4 people at a time.
In the right-hand corner, there's a little thing that you can click on. It says enter full screen. There's a gallery screen.
It's okay. Yeah, I'll figure that out when I'm done talking. Because that's how I got my challenge pack today, was following up again. I've not been coaching but since December, so it's not been that long. But following up again with Shannon, and she's a client of mine in my corporate job, so it's a little bit even riskier because there's a fine line there of stalking her, right, in this. And I'm doing this impromptu 21-day fix, which is funny because it's not even a sale right now. But we're doing the 21-day fix. And I said, hey, there's a couple of us doing it. If you want to do it, it's $160. And she called me today and was like, I'm so sorry. I've been avoiding you because I didn't want to fess up to all of this. And I need, blah, 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 blah. So she left me this heartfelt voicemail. And then she called me and then she purchased. So all because I thought of her,
Yay! Congrats.
Thanks.
Hi, Kristen.
Whoever said hi, I can't see you, but hi. Hi. Oh, I see you now. Hi. Thanks for inviting me. Well, I know I was invited, but thanks for telling me.
Yeah, I put that post up about the team call, and Billy was the first one to comment under it, and he put a heart, and I was like, was that too harsh? I'm not trying to be people's mom or whatever, but I feel like we walk away with something. Somebody always has something to share, and I feel like people are missing out when they don't get on. And so many people are like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong in my business. I don't know why I can't do this. And I'm like, you would just get on 30 minutes a week, So that was a little bit of my, tough love, whatever. Not really that tough, but tough enough, hopefully, that more people will get on. So I appreciate you guys whenever you're tagging your coaches and you say get on, and just saying that it's not a terrible time when you get on. So
I want to just say welcome to Katie, because this is Katie's first call.
Hi, Katie. Thank you for getting on.
So Katie joined the family a couple days ago, so we're excited to have her.
Yay. So you have boards tomorrow, is that right?
Yes, I do. Well, it's just the mock boards, and then I'll take my boards in June.
Gotcha. Well, that post was posted yesterday, and I was like, oh, no, it's tonight, not tomorrow. So I know it was confusing, but we're glad you got on, and welcome to our family.
Thank you.
This is our family time once a week. It's fantastic.
We are family. I'm trying to think. What else? What else do you guys have?
If you guys haven't listened to the National Wake Up Call, totally listen to it. Like, Carl is freaking amazing. So fantastic. So.
Yeah, he's definitely one. If he's ever going to speak, you have to listen because he has so much passion for what we do that, I mean, like he said when he typed after the call, I was like, I'm actually sweating, like literally sweating from talking because, he gets so riled up and so excited that, I mean, you can just feel the passion he has and the fact that he's saying, and we're just getting started. I mean, 300,000 coaches is a lot, but think about how many people are not being touched and how many people in this, and when we were at Super Saturday, VIP Coach Relations was there, and he said, they're in the works of international. There's just taken a couple loopholes because certain companies don't understand the ingredients of Shakeology because they're so potent and they're so exotic. That's what's taking the time to actually go worldwide, but they're working really, really hard on it, and it is in the future. So that's exciting. I mean, just the fact that we have Canada and, United States right now, and we still haven't scratched the surface. Just think about when the whole world is exposed. So it's exciting. It really is.
Yeah, wait until India.
Yeah. Exactly. Just everywhere. I mean, even though
I don't know if you guys listened to the call that he did with Lindsay Matway, and I think I posted it on the team page. But he talked about out of 300,000 coaches, basically there's probably 60 to 70,000 that are working the business, and I mean, look at the percentage of diamond and above, but that means there's just so many other people that are, and this is with 60 and 70,000, this is what we're doing. But can you imagine if all 300,000 were doing it, where we would be?
Yeah, a lot of those coaches are just discount coaches or just, stagnant. So, I mean, the potential company is just insane.
I couldn't believe how much we're spending on advertisement per day.
What did he say?
3 to 4 million per day.
Yeah, depending on the week.
Yeah.
Well, another thing that my client said to me today, she's like, you've talked to me, and then I see your commercials now, and I never saw them before, or they never and then my coworker all of a sudden showed up drinking Shakeology, and she's like, you drink that? And so if she were a coach, maybe she would have gone to her, right? Like you were saying, Natalie, but now thanks to all the advertising with the 21-day fix and everything else that they advertise on an ongoing basis, yeah, it's really increasing.
Well, it's funny because even when I started P90X, which I think most of y'all know that I got off of eBay. I was telling my coworkers I was doing it, and they started, either doing Insanity or P90X with me. And another one of my friends came over, and she's like, well, I'm doing Chalene Extreme. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And she's like, it's part of Beachbody. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I was doing P90X, and she was talking about Beachbody. I'm like, I don't know what the heck that is. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time before. I mean, it really is becoming just a household name. I mean, so I think we're in a very, very great position, when we've started, that it's so prominent now that people don't like go, that's weird, or, that's strange. It's actually something people are just doing. I mean, everybody needs health and fitness. Right?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I like the way you talked about coaches too. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Like just beyond being a distributor, like it's more than that. So I think that was really cool, because I kind of struggled with that when I first started, trying to like find a comfort level with the coach title and like what that meant to me. So it was really kind of cool to hear him describe what a Beachbody coach, Team Beachbody coach is.
Yeah. I do feel like it's completely, I mean, I'm not ever going to down any other network marketing company, because I do believe in the model. But I do feel that what we have as coaches is completely just different. It's not just selling a product and just leaving them. Like I had a girl that just reached out to me, I don't know, a week before we left. And she was like, what are you doing to stay in shape and stay fit? And I just kind of talked to her and got her into the free group. And the next thing you know, she sent me a message and she said, I bought the sampler Shakeology. And I'm like, I didn't even talk to you about Shakeology. Like, why'd you even know to go to Shakeology, So then she came to me and she was like, while we were gone, and she was like, this stuff, like, is amazing. It makes me feel like she went into all the different things that made her feel. And so I was like, you can get a month's supply since you're probably about out. And she works out at the gym. So I told her about Beachbody On Demand, so the challenge pack or whatever. So she ended up getting it. And she was like, it's so nice to have somebody to talk to about the product, like not just buying a product and like just saying, this is mine, now what do I do with it? She was like, I get to ask you questions and like you're quick to answer and that sort of thing. And so it kind of makes you feel good that you're not just a seller and here's your stuff, have fun. You're here, I'm here to support you all the way, find your scoop, because, you said there's not a scoop in the bag. It's all the way at the bottom, That was one of her questions, but, you know what I'm saying? We all know. We're just reiterating the amazingness that we have. So it's special. You're all special. You okay?
You're just coughing at all your cheesiness. I'm just kidding.
It's all good.
I've missed it. Glad you're back.
You too. So what else? Everybody, how's everybody doing with Success Club? I don't know. It was a slow month for me. I finally hit 6. But it's been a struggle. I mean, to tell you. So I don't know if y'all are going through the same thing.
Seems like everybody is. The list on the boss page is pretty small.
Yeah, I'm struggling a little. I have 2 right now, but I have probably talked to about 50 people this week. So I've got a couple or more, maybe even, I don't know, probably more than that. I have a couple who are interested and some that said they were. And then one girl, she came to me. She saw my post about my challenge group, and she came to me and said, I want to do it. I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm ready to do something. My husband wants to do it with me. We're on board. I said, great. So I told her, give her some information. We talked for a while. Yesterday I followed up. She's like, yeah, I made some homemade bread today, and I decided I can't give up carbs. Nobody said you had to give up carbs. You don't have to give up anything. It's a 21-day fix. It was the weirdest excuse I've ever heard. I was just like, okay. I'll follow up with you next month. Very strange.
That is strange.
Yeah. I've had some weird excuses this month. Like random stuff.
So do people have to hit 10 points now to make to get leads, right?
No. If you hit Success Club 5, you still get, and you're an Emerald coach. You do have to be an Emerald coach.
Yeah.
You get customer leads, but they're not paid leads. So for instance, if somebody went on to beachbody.com or called the infomercial and they said, yes, I would like a coach, then they would go into the pool, and then wherever that Emerald coach is, you get that lead. Success Club 10 is going to get you the paid leads, which is paid Shakeology, paid Ultimate Reset, paid challenge packs. So you're still, even hitting Success Club 5 is a benefit. I mean, you're just not getting the paid leads. But you know what? A lot of the times, honestly, the non-paid leads are better. And I know that sounds crazy because, yeah, you're getting an initial payment from a customer lead with the Success Club lead. But the customer lead, a lot of times, already is interested in a program. They're already maybe doing one. Maybe they just signed up on teambeachbody.com because they have a program that says, go on to teambeachbody.com, get your free account. They're already in their mind thinking about Shakeology or a supplement of some sort. So within not too long after becoming a free customer, they go on and buy Shakeology. This isn't all the time, obviously. I'm just saying, for instance. Then you get Success Club points from that customer lead. You don't get Success Club points from a Success Club lead because you're already being given a customer paid lead, if that makes any sense. So a lot of times the regular customer leads, I mean, they're all good. I mean, I've had coaches from regular customer leads. I have diamond with my customer leads. So don't discount regular customer leads because they're awesome too. And they're, and because the bar's raised, you're getting a lot more. I mean, they're coming in like crazy right now, the regular customer leads. I think I've only gotten 2 Success Club leads, but the customer leads are just coming in like daily. Well, not say daily. I should even pull up my online office, but a lot more than typical. So I know that a lot of people were upset about the changes, but I think it's a good thing. If you're shooting for Success Club every month, you're an Emerald coach. So there's my rant. It's a good thing.
Definitely more of a motivator because I was, I like the customer leads. And, if I didn't meet Success Club, it was like, okay, well, at least I still get the customer leads. But I missed it by 1 point last month. And I hate not having the customer leads this month. So it will never happen again.
And I think, too, the reasoning, and there's nothing wrong with just becoming a coach and then signing your spouse and a parent. There's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of people have been sitting like that for years. And they're getting customer leads when other people are actually working their business and growing their team. So I think the idea behind it was, let's reward the people who are growing their business and hitting Success Club. And that way it's more plentiful and it's more motivation. Like you said, I'm going to hit Success Club because there's actually a reason. It's not just sitting at Emerald.
Mm-hmm.
So. Okay, so we still have 7 minutes left, and I can post this on the page. I've got a couple ideas for the next few calls. I actually think I want to bring in, if she's available, Tina Gonzalez. She's one of Honey Migrants, one of his top coaches. She's awesome. She's amazing. She's got a great business mind, and she's got a huge heart. So anyway, I want to bring her on eventually. But do you guys have any specific topic that you want to talk about next week or the coming week? Think about it. You don't have to say it now. You can either message me or just put it in the group, and I don't want it to be me bogarting the calls. All right, let me see if there's anything else from this article. Okay, key message here is if you're not following up, you are leaving hundreds, thousands, or possibly $10,000 in sales on the table. Following up is very professional, and people appreciate that you personalize the service. And I got to think about this too. People are always busy and won't always contact you, even if they're strongly interested in what you have to offer. And that's huge because think about it. I'm so guilty of this. And I don't text and drive, but say people do, and they look down at their phone and they see a message, and then the stoplight turns green, and they put their phone down and they drive and they forget to go back to the message that you sent. Say they're in the grocery store, they're looking at their list, and they so happen to see a message come through, oh, I'll get back to that, So people appreciate you 9 times out of 10 following up. It's not you bothering them. It's you going back and saying you were interested in the challenge at one point. So, and I know it's easy for us to feel like we're bothering people, but get that out of your mind that you're not bothering people, that you're actually doing what you said. Like, especially if you said, I'm going to follow up with you. I'm going to follow up with you. Yeah, I'm going to follow up. And when I do, I'm doing what I said I was going to do. So, hope that helps.
I had an aha moment today.
Yeah.
I don't know if whoever's in the It Starts with Diamond training where Mike Ryan did that video today. It was tough love. But after that, I was looking for the words to really comment on it. But when I was listening to a video from Bo Eason today, and I've heard it before, but it just sort of resonated with me and really sparked where, he talked about wanting to be the best, and he talked to Al Pacino. And Al Pacino told him within the next 3 hours, basically told him, who he needed to see and things like that. But he says, the one thing that you need to do, he said, is put your butt on the stage more than anybody else. If you want to be the best, you make sure that you do more than anybody else. And it really resonated with me today and with what Mike Ryan said. And the one thing that I said, let's see, I'm going to pull up my comment that I wrote to Mike. And it just really hit, but I was like, if I want to be a top coach, if I want to be the best, well, wait a minute, hold on. Melanie Metro is the #1 coach. So how many people does she talk to a day? How many people does she follow up with a day? How many people does she invite a day? Well, if any one of us, if we want to be a top coach, then we have to do more. We have to put ourselves in a place to have more opportunities than the top coach. I mean, it's just like when I was telling, the power of your story, obviously Natalie loves telling her story more than any of us love telling our story. And that's what's going to really make us be who we want to be. And let me find my comment real quick here. But that's the one thing. If we want to be a top coach, if we want to be, hit the goals that we want to hit, then we have to put ourselves in a position to have those opportunities. And this is my comment. I said, thank you, Michael. I said, from what you said and listening to this video, there was something that really clicked. You all, as in the coaches who are doing the training, are taking the time to come together and give us this information, which is a great value. And I thank you all for your time. And the one thing is, if I want to show my appreciation, then I need to take this time and put this to work. I can talk about it. I can dream about it. I can set goals to get it. But like my dad says, you put both hands out, shit in one and wish in the other, and which one fills up first? If I want to be the best, if I really want to be a top coach, then I have to share my story more than Melanie Metro. I have to invite more people than Melanie Metro. Like Al Pacino said to Bo Eason, if you want to be the best, then you better be on that stage more than anybody else. Being overwhelmed is relative. It comes down to, what am I willing to do if I want to be the best? Like John Maxwell said, are we here just to be average? Thank you. So that was my moment.
that was a great video too that he I watched, and he's basically saying when you go to a new job, you're going to be overwhelmed. When you go to a new job, you're going to have training. When you go to a new job, you're going to have to do the things that the top people tell you to do, right?
Yep.
You're going to have to go into your office, and you're going to have to read up on, you know, the tools and all that stuff. And that was just a little dabble into what he had said, but he is a tough love for sure. But he worked his way. $1 million plus earner, so he's doing something right. Not that it's all about the money. All right, well, I think our thing is up, so I believe the recording's probably stopped.